Greetings, everyone that is attending this live seminar broadcast today. As I said before, I am not a preacher, a bishop, or a minister, but I am a divine prophet of God. And being a prophet is not as easy as people think it is, because you're always bombarded with prophecies. You're always bombarded with premonitions, things that happen. Some things I write, some things I don't write. But I'll keep this slideshow on every one of my messages because I want you to see the impact of God's work, of how God can show a person the things to come. And every single thing that you see has came to pass. If you have any issues doubting what's here or what you're looking at, you can Google it yourself and you see. But I want someone here to know that I have a message for you. And this message has a lot to do with how you have been viewing yourself. Everyone in life makes mistakes here and there. But remember that mistakes are something that can be corrected because it's mental. You may have stumbled along the way. You may have selected the wrong path to go down at some point in your life. But the only thing that matters is how fast you pick yourself up and how quickly you chose another trail. In life, there are natural born winners and there are natural created losers. A natural created loser is a person that quit, give up, or just throw in the towel. A natural born winner is one that don't quit. They never give up and they hold on to their towel. They hold on to their towel for a reason. The same as natural born leaders with a native talent and a native skill to lead the way, and natural born followers that follow where you lead them because they have no sense of direction. But once you plant the foundation of your life rooted in the righteousness of God, even if you were a natural born follower, you will become a supernatural leader. Do you understand that? And you will lead in the path of truth. Once you root it in the foundation of God, the narrative of your entire book will shift. And you will automatically go from being a victim to becoming victorious. You will go from quitting to never giving up. You will go from throwing in the towel to wiping the sweat off your head with determination caused by the fire that's burning inside of you. Ask yourself, would you rather be a lion or a gazelle? Would you rather have the mentality of a wolf or the personality of a sheep? Or better yet, if you had the choice, would you choose to have the characteristics of an eagle or the common sense of a pigeon? A lion never has to get the approval of a gazelle after he catches it, if he wants to eat it or not. And a wolf never asks a sheep permission to catch it. And an eagle can never be put in the same category as a pigeon. The eagle soars high with the peaks and the mountains high in the sky, on a different layer in the sky, catching live prey, while a pigeon flies in the depths of the valley, eating crumbs. A sheep is the natural born prey of a wolf, and same as a gazelle is the natural born prey of a lion. The wolf is the king and the alpha of all dogs, just as the lion is the alpha of all cats, and also known as the king of the jungle. The approach of a lion and a wolf is much different than the approach of a gazelle and a sheep. The same way the lion approaches the gazelle is the same way you should approach success. The same way a wolf walks on a farm and apprehend a sheep's life is the same way that you should apprehend your own life. Success is knocking at your door. Determination is calling your name. Motivation is directly behind you, trying to push you forward. There's a dark tunnel of success waiting for you to walk through it, but you're not sure if you want to or not. Part of you is afraid, and you're unsure what to expect. But take the chance, my friend. Take the chance. Step forward. Take the chance of walking through this dark tunnel of success. Take the chance of walking through it, because you never know what success you might run into. And ask yourself the question, what else do you have to lose? Haven't you tried everything else? Is there anything else that you think could go wrong? We view success as something very complicated, when in fact it is extremely easy. Rather than looking for a good reason why we should do something, why we should start this new business, rather than looking for a good reason why we should apply for that position that we always wanted, rather than looking for one good reason for even shooting for or planting that new idea that we have in our head, we make up 100 excuses why we shouldn't or why we can't. We would say it's too difficult. We would say it's too hard. We would think of all the unnecessary excuses in the world we need, then start believing in the excuses that we have created. Not to get off the subject, but what is strikingly similar is if 100 people told a person yes, and one person told that same person no, that person would tend to focus on the no more than they would focus on the 100 yeses. When someone proclaims their limitations on you, and you challenge and conquer their limits by claiming the very throne that their limits was once on, that's when you know you have won. That's when you can look at the word try and replace it with accomplished. When you can look at complacent and replace it with victory. When you can step away from the average or the good and stand amongst the great and the strong. Don't allow your critics to dictate failure in your life. Don't let your naysayers put fear in the path that you're walking in. And don't allow your adversary to place doubt anywhere around you, because doubt is contagious. You need to be 3 steps ahead of the people around you, able to make 2 steps back, to be conscious of what's going on within you, and able to stand still when something seems wrong. Because the very ones that say to your friends are the first ones to stab you in the back, criticize you, and turn against you. Those are the ones you need to watch out for, not the ones in front of you. Are we going to stand tall like men and reach towards our goals? Or are we going to continue to settle and keep on pulling towards our failures? Are we going to allow life's difficulties to keep pulling us down with would-haves, should-haves, and could-haves? Or are we going to rise above and say, I'm glad that I'm not a gazelle or a sheep, but I'm glad that I'm a lion and have the mentality of a wolf? There's things in our lives that continue to bombard us with these different types of personality disorders. But if we look at these personality disorders and we reclaim our original personality, and then we can move forward with the things that we need to accomplish. We can move forward with the things that we think that are positive. Instead of someone instead of someone having the mentality of a pigeon or the mentality of a gazelle or a sheep, we can adopt the philosophy of becoming a lion and the characteristics of a wolf. And we can also fly high in the air and soar with the mountains amongst the great like an eagle, instead of having the characteristics of that pigeon that's eating crumbs. There's greater things out there for you. There's much greater things out there for you. You have to just look forward. And when you look forward, you will see that there's greater things out there for you. Because you are only in one part of this huge world. You're only accounted for as one individual amongst billions of people. So take that and use that to your advantage. The people that's around you is not the only people in this world. The things you're doing is not the only things that you have to do in this world. There's other great things that you can do in this world besides just thinking of the same things you've been doing over and over again. You have to look at your friends and say, you know what? There's better friends out there. There's better people out there that I can associate myself with. There are better things that I can actually become involved in instead of doing the same thing over and over again. When you do the same thing over and over and over again, you're going to get the same exact results, time in and time out. You have to change your environment, change the way you think, change your perception, change the things you're doing, change your mindset. And once you change your mindset and your perception and the people around you, you'll notice that there's a whole different world out there for you. And you can reach for it. You don't have to stay inside the same world you're in. You don't have to lock yourself inside of this one-dimensional square. You can step out into a tri-dimensional square. And the tri-dimensional square have many different sides to it. Don't allow nothing to get you down. Don't allow people to get you down. Don't allow your problems to get the best of you. When your problems start to get the best of you, you look at your problems and you step over your problems. And your problems will go away. As I said before, I just wanted this message to be 10 minutes. So I think I've accomplished the goal and it's 13 minutes. So just stay tuned for the next message. This is The Prophet.